the domain of the gods. It was a warm day when the Orishas gathered to discuss their roles. In the center stood Olodumare, the supreme god, who had given each of the Orishas their tasks. His voice boomed, and the earth trembled whenever he spoke, but today, he spoke calmly. Shango, he called, turning to the god of thunder, you will control the skies and the thunder. Your power will strike down injustice, and your storms will ensure the balance of the world. Shango stood tall, his skin as dark as the storm clouds that he controlled, his eyes glowing with pride. He wore a crown of fire, and lightning crackled at his fingertips. He wasn't just the god of thunder, he was justice itself. Ocean, Olodumare continued, nodding toward the goddess of love and rivers. You will guide the hearts of the people. Your rivers will bring life and healing, and your beauty will keep the world in harmony. Ocean, with her golden hair and flowing gown made of river water, smiled softly. She was the embodiment of grace, and her heart was as pure as the water she ruled over. She knew the world couldn't survive without her gentle touch. Yomoja, Olodumare called next, his voice warm as a summer breeze. You will rule the seas. The ocean is your domain, and all life springs from its waters. You will nurture the earth with your waves. Yomoja's deep blue gown shimmered with the color of the sea. Her eyes held the wisdom of ages. As the mother of the earth, she was both powerful and kind. The sea swirled at her feet as she moved, a reminder of her importance to the world. An Ogun, Olodumare said last, turning to the god of iron and war, who stood with arms crossed. You will bring strength to the people. You will create tools, weapons, and help humanity build the world from the ground up. Ogun's body was muscular and strong, like the iron he controlled. His hands were always stained with the earth's dirt, as he worked tirelessly to forge tools and weapons. Though his methods were sometimes harsh, no one could deny that the world needed his strength. Seeds of rivalry. At first, everything was fine. Each Orisha focused on their domain, helping the humans and ensuring the balance of the world. But slowly, small cracks began to form in their unity. It started with little things, Shango thinking his thunder kept the world in order, while Ocean's rivers only watered the earth. Ogun felt that without his iron tools, nothing would be possible, while Yomoja's seas could drown entire lands. One evening, Shango stood in the sky, watching a thunderstorm build. He looked down at the land and saw Ocean's rivers flowing peacefully, feeding the crops and providing water to the people. He crossed his arms and scowled. Without my thunder, Shango muttered to himself, nothing would survive. My storms strike down the wicked, and my lightning keeps the earth balanced. What are her rivers compared to that? Ocean, overhearing this, laughed softly. She walked to the riverbank, her gown flowing like liquid gold. Oh, Shango, she said sweetly, you're right. Without your thunder, we'd all be in darkness. But tell me, how would your thunder strike without the rain that my rivers bring? You need me as much as I need you. Shango's pride flared. I am the storm. I am the thunder and the lightning. No one can stop me. But Ocean just smiled and walked away, her golden laugh echoing in the air. The trickster Eshu and the spark of chaos. One day, as the Orishas continued to squabble, Eshu, the trickster god, arrived. He was always sneaky, always poking fun, and always stirring up trouble. Eshu, with his mischievous smile and quick wit, could never resist playing pranks on the other gods. He saw Shango and Ocean arguing and, with a sly grin, whispered to each of them. Shango, Eshu said, did you know Ocean has been saying that the rivers are more important than your thunder? She says that without water, even the strongest storms would be useless. Shango's eyes narrowed. She said that. I'll show her how powerful I am." At the same time, Eshu approached Ocean and whispered in her ear, "Ocean, do you know Shango has been boasting about his storms, saying they are more powerful than your rivers. He thinks you can't do anything without his thunder." Ocean's eyes flashed with anger. "Oh, he didn't," she cried. "Well, I'll show him who really has the power." The clash of the gods. The very next day, the Orishas met at the edge of a large plain, ready to settle their differences. Each god arrived with their own show of strength. Shango called down lightning, sending it crackling through the sky. Ocean summoned her rivers, causing them to rise and surge toward Shango's thunderclouds. Ogun, with his iron hammer, struck the earth, sending shockwaves through the ground. Yomoja called forth the seas, flooding the plain with waves that crashed against the shore. "You think your thunder is so powerful?" Ocean shouted at Shango as her river swelled, pushing back against the storm. "Try to stop the flow of my waters." Shango laughed, his thunder booming. "I don't need your rivers, Ocean. I am the storm. I control the sky." Yomoja stepped forward, her voice calm but strong. "Enough. You both are blind if you think the world can survive without each other. We all have our roles to play." But it was too late. Ogun swung his hammer, and the earth cracked open, sending dust into the air. "Without me," he shouted, "there would be no tools, no strength to survive. Without iron, none of your powers would be possible." The sky, the rivers, the earth, and the sea rumbled in anger. The gods were on the brink of war, each believing their domain was the most important. The intervention of Olodumare. Just as the battle reached its peak, Olodumare descended from the sky. His presence was like a calm breeze, and the world itself seemed to pause. With a single gesture, the wind stopped, the rivers calmed, and the earth stilled. "Enough," Olodumare said, his voice filled with authority. "Each of you is important. Shango, your thunder strikes fear into the wicked, but without Ocean's rivers, your storms would have no home. Ocean, your beauty and love are necessary, but without Ogun's strength, there would be nothing to build. Ogun, your iron is the foundation of everything, but it is Yomoja's seas that sustain life." The Orishas stood silently, each realizing the truth of Olodumare's words. They were not in competition, each of them had a role that was crucial to the balance of the world. The moral of the story. From that day on, the Orishas worked together in harmony, respecting each other's domains. They learned that no matter how powerful they were individually, they could not exist without each other. The world was built on cooperation, not rivalry. In life, no one person or thing is more important than the whole. We all have different strengths, but when we work together, we create something far greater than the sum of our parts. Respect, cooperation, and understanding are the keys to peace and success. And so, the world continued, with the Orishas working together to ensure that life flourished. But every now and then, a little mischief from Eshu would remind them all that even gods have their moments of weakness.